Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, thanks. Sorry for the yesterday's class cancellation. So I was in a situation that I can't able to take up. Apologies from my side. Yeah, I'll share my screen once you're able to see that. Just say yes in chat box so that we can start.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay, fine. So we'll just take a quick recap. So what are the topics we have discussed in this? I mean, I can say 7, 8 classes or 10 classes. Anybody? Randomly, you can guess the topics we have discussed. That is, gives me some motivation to take this class. Yeah,
Management
you can.
principles,
Yes, very good. Thanks.
Organization
safety committee
directory,
meeting. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay.
Safety
Functions of
committees.
management.
Okay.
Importance of safety officer, his role, members, committee members' role.
Safety committee roles and responsibilities. Yes. And we have discussed about planning, different types of planning, a range of planning, and we have
policies
discussed
and objective, safety
yes,
policy and
policies,
objective.
objectives. Yes, and we have discussed the hierarchy of hazard controls, and we have discussed organization, importance of organization, how it will get structured, and we have discussed span of management, and we have discussed about authorization and responsibility, and we have discussed decentralization and centralization difference, and we also discussed delegation of authority and the importance, and also limit, nature, scope of the delegation, etc. Any other topics? And we have discussed the main the training cycle, all the 7 elements, and we have discussed what are the various topics must and should cover in the safety training.
This PDCA cycle and hazard analysis.
Yes. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Yeah, let's get into the topic. So it is going to be last but one topic for this IS 101. We have one more topic so that we can complete IS 101 paper. So today we are talking about the principles of accident prevention. You know what is mean by accident? It is an unexpected or
Sir,
yeah,
after
please.
completion of this one topic, one subject 101, can you provide the question bank for study purpose?
No, that is not the practice actually. What we do is after the completion of syllabus, you will get the material for sure. The question bank, in the sense, I mean, I didn't understand.
Then
Sir, till now,
what type of
whatever the
question?
topics are covered,
Uh,
that covered topics related PPTs you have been sharing, right?
Correct.
So, all the topics PPTs are they shared or still some are pending?
Uh, that I'll check actually. I'm not sure because after the completion of the topical, I'll share. I'll take it the information from the institute whether they have done it or not.
Okay, okay. What happened actually in last 3, 4 classes? What are all the topics you have already covered? It were some of them were repeated.
No, last 3, 4 classes we have discussed only that monitoring, but we have planned for 3 different topics, but we could able to finish only one
Not
topic.
you, sir. Another
Yeah.
faculty came,
Uh-huh.
Mr. Prabhakar Rao by name.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
We have covered some of the topics which were already covered by you.
Okay. Okay. Fine. That is going to be
So
revision.
some,
Yeah.
some repeat.
Basically, as I mentioned, he is going to be the offline and as well online faculty. As I mentioned, he will cover most of the week sections. I mean, in the week, Monday to Friday. I'll be take care from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So he will cover the same topics as well. So it is going to be revision. It is up to you people. If at all you want to attend, you can attend. Otherwise, you can skip. That won't be an issue. Yeah, but
Sir, one more
regarding
request. One
yeah.
more request. Can you ask the management, or if possible,
Mhm.
the classes schedule, if it could be published early, no, it would be helpful for us for our
Yeah,
planning.
that we have released like last time, last week we have released, right? The same
No,
way,
actually,
the same
what was
day.
happening is that on the same day, evening, or before 1 or 2 hours before only, we are receiving link, or we
Okay.
could not know like whether class will be there or not today or tomorrow, like that. Every day is a like a speculation sort of thing.
I'm very sorry for that. So is it one day prior information, is it helpful for everybody? Is it fine?
Yeah, it would be helpful. Yeah.
Sure, sure, sure.
It's okay, sir, for that. One day prior
We'll make
knowledge, it will be better for us.
we'll make sure that one day prior information will be there. Yeah,
Why? Because sir, we are all working thing now, so
I
we are
know, I
having
know,
some other
I know,
preoccupied meetings and all like that.
I know.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you
Yeah,
for that.
sure. Thanks. Okay. So regarding this topic, so prevention of accidents. So how we can do it? So basically, we know accident. It is nothing but it is an unplanned or unwanted activity which has happened and resulting a property damage or environmental pollution or people injuries. So how we can prevent this? Basically, this starts from the people responsibilities before going to the theoretical concepts. We have to understand the few roles here so that how this can be prevented. So here basically we covers supervisors, and in our industrial nomenclature we also called as first line supervisors. Then we also see the workers, because these are the two key people who will be supervising the activity. In other hand, the workers who are really performing the task in the job field. Okay, so basically if you see a supervisor, always my I mean initiation is the supervisor should have sufficient knowledge on the workplace hazards and what are the existing the controls, the safety controls which are present, and also he should aware about the HERA, what we are preparing as a safety officer, so that he can able to effectively monitor the activity, and also he can guide the people in such a way that they will follow all the safety protocols so that we can prevent the accidents. Because the safety officer is, it is not like production people, they'll be hundreds, they'll be in thousands, but the safety team, it is hardly in the fingertips we can count. Maximum hardly, if it is a 2000 or 3000 employees, so in a shift 4 or 5 people are there. It is always not practical that a safety officer can monitor all the activities. That's why the first line supervisors and the safety committee members or safety stewards are the a key source for a safety department to implement a good culture. Okay. Yeah. First of all, assure the quality of production within the specified time and cost, and he has to see the quality, quantity, efficiency, and effectiveness of at the all the time, and this requires high skill. So it is not about quality as well as safety also. A constant watch over the safety conditions and accidents for the accident. Less production. He has to teach the safety through his behavior, his attitude in the first reflected, and he has to continuity in production. Therefore, the managers to repair a mission, restart the job at the earliest possibles. So he is the person who should monitor the unsafe actions, unsafe conditions, and also he should be a role model. As we seen in the leader topic, we missed uh, in the recollection or process. So leadership, he should, his behavior should motivate others to follow the safety practices. And also the manager, he has to repair the mission, restart the mission job earliest possible. In the sense, he should always make sure that the machines also in such a condition that they will get a good productivity. He helps the workers in training them for their jobs. Sorry, it is this thing, spelling correction, and in solving their problems. And he is useful in the carrying out of job safety analysis and also job training. So, I'm sorry, I'm getting some disturbance. Just a second, please. Okay, I'm muting everybody. Okay, yeah. Then he has to train on the jobs. So like as we discussed, on the job training, classroom training, sending the participants to the institutions, or giving a project work. So these are the various types of trainings we could see. So here a supervisor has to train all the members who are working under him to in the solving of the their problems. So sometimes what will happen, the supervisor is so much busy with his production targets, or the peer pressure, or the management, the manager is so pressurizing him on other works, the documentation work, he may not concentrate. So that is where we have discussed the span of management again, the linkage. We have to link up each topic, how it gets linked in the management concepts. So they have to train and they have to carry out the job safety analysis. So if you see, I see in some of the organizations, the production engineers or the project people themselves, they will fill the JSA. For example, basically, whenever they want to perform an activity, they'll write the work permit. For the each work permit, they should attach the JSA, job safety analysis. So for that, they themselves they will write. A safety officer will go and cross check how the JSA has been conducted, whether they rightly identified the all the potential hazards, and they have taken up the safety precautions to proceed further. For a matter out of his control, he will immediately report his higher officer, and meanwhile he makes temporary safety arrangements. Sometimes, in case of out of control, maybe the controls got failure, or there is no control, even though he has informed to uh, the concerned person or maintenance in something is not working or the sensors are failure. But if it is not going well, he can do the immediate reporting to the his manager or officer. Then meanwhile he can arrange any temporary arrangements. For example, any major spill happened. So what he has to do? First of all, he should contain the spill. He should not go and inform his officer first, because by the time the spill get spreads over. So first of all, he has to contain the spill. Then immediately he can inform to his officer about the incident. And he pays attention on the good maintenance of machines, materials, tools, etc., and also a good housekeeping and good health of the workers. So why should he maintain the machines, materials, and tools in good condition? What is the necessity for a production supervisor? Why should he do that?
Job can be performed effectively.
Yes, very good. So
Avoid
when the machine, yeah, please.
in accident if anything is a lack of doing activity.
Okay, we can, if the machines are in healthy, or the machines are in so good, so we can avoid the unsafe conditions. So if you are avoiding unsafe conditions, it will also give some contribution in the prevention of accidents. Even materials, there are different types of materials used in different types of manufacturing process. So ultimately, those materials should be handled in such a way that it is should not going to react with anything. It is not going to give direct harm to the people. It is not going to pollute the environment, etc., etc. And also tools also. So tools are the key things where they use on a day-to-day basis. If the tools are worn out, by using those tools, they may met with accidents. And then good housekeeping. This is also topic we have discussed, 5S. So they should have a good 5S practice, so that they will be very clear that what are the different types of materials we have, the condition of the tools, the condition of the equipments, and also they have a clear visibility on their materials, tools, etc. Even they can avoid the obstructions or accumulation of the waste near the production facilities, especially in the chemical factories. Even sometimes any spills happens, all the spills they will put it in the one dustbin, so that what will happen, because of incompatibility there will be a chance of fire accidents. There also will have multiple uh, waste bins for the segregation of the waste. Then health of the workers. So this is also very important. The health of the workers, we have an ergonomics topic that will get detailed there. But apart from that, the supervisor also always check for the health of the workers. It is a simple just empathy on the people. This is also we have discussed. It is also one of the leadership quality. We should show some empathy. We should show some respect. We should be social. We should connect with them. We have to ask their situation, how you are, how you've been doing, like that, so that you will have a good relationship with the supervisor and the worker. Okay, those are the key areas where the supervisor, not only supervisor, who having the people underneath them, they should maintain those roles. Then if it comes to the workers, so workers, as I mentioned in our previous lectures, so there are legal requirements in the Factories Act 1948, where they have the rights of the workers and obligations of the workers. The obligations of workers are they should not intendedly or damage any appliances or the provisions which made for health and safety of the environment, so that they are not going to attempt that. And if we stay in the rights, they have a right to know all the potential hazards in the vicinity, and they have a right to inform in case of any hazard which is there with the management. If the management is not taking any appropriate action to reduce the risk of the hazard, they can have a right to inform or take up that issue to the inspector of factories as well. Okay, those are the few rights they have. If you say obligation, they should not intendedly attempt, or they should not ignore any safety provisions which are provided for people, health and safety, environment, it resulting in any accident. So if you see with respect to the roles of a worker, safety is the worker's well-being and their own interest. Their action should be based on this. Before starting of the work, they should check all the guards, fencing, safety devices, equipments in a proper order. And also they should always follow the safety methods of work, which is nothing but method statements or work instructions or SOPs, etc., etc. And it should be checked after the close of the work also. This mean that, so whatever the activity you're doing, you're checking before doing it. You're checking your machine, or if you're doing in a maintenance, you have to check for all your isolations are properly happened or not. You have to cross check by pressing the start button or the power start, so that we can understand. And also we do a gas test, whether is there any gases which are present in the confined space. And we do check the condition of the people, whether they have trained before getting into the confined space, whether they should know what type of hazards will be there in the confined space. All these things they have to check, or even the supervisors also supposed to be checked. If the safety guards and personal protective equipment are not provided, they should demand it, and also through their supervisor and our safety department. This is also one of the right. They should get personal protective equipment. If they are not getting it, they can demand for it. That is also one of the right, and also it is the responsibility of the occupier. So especially for the goggles, there is a requirement in the Factories Act, where there are the operations chance to get eye injuries, there they have to give this safety spectacles on free of cost. And apart from that, there is a general provision. He has to give a suitable personal protective equipment to safeguard the workers from themselves. And surrounding place should be kept clean, safe, and without obstructions. And safe production is the best production, and good housekeeping is always essential. Should be there as a habit. So sometimes housekeeping. So when we do housekeeping, I want the practical answers. When we do housekeeping, out of the box, I need the answers. Any situations where we do one day job?
During any maintenance activities
That is the regular activity that we do.
and during the audit.
Welding work, emergency welding work, welding
Yes,
work.
during the audit day. That is the right answer. Whenever the audit comes, everybody will wake up that morning. Everybody will take all the mop sticks, even managers also. Everybody will take the tissues or paper towels. They start cleaning everything. Once the audit gone, then they will forget about it. So that is not a good housekeeping. That is not a habit. So the people should think that this is my workplace. This is my responsibility. They should always follow the things. How we do once we wake up, we go to the washroom or we do the morning day activities. Then we brush up and we have a bath and we leave the home. So that is also one of the housekeeping of your body. The same way they should consider, or they should feel it is, or they should make it as a habit as for the good housekeeping. Good. And wrong habits at the workplace should be left. What are the various wrong habits in the workplace? Any guess?
Tools not kept properly.
Mm-hmm. Anything? Chit chat with the other colleagues, leaving the mission. They'll just go away, and he'll go there and stand with the other operator, and they'll start discussing about any maybe political story or new released movie, or maybe on the internal politics in the organization, etc., etc. Okay, good. Then they should take the part in the safety committee as expected under 41G of the Factors Act. This is also one of the legal requirement. That is also a role of the workers. If any worker gets an opportunity, they should not lose that. Okay, these are the a few roles, and they are responsible for their employer for their safe conduct of their work, and also uh, safety upkeep or maintenance of machines and equipment. So as supervisor, the workers also should be the key people, the keeping the machines under safe condition, in the sense in a healthy condition, because they are the people, they are operating the machines. If something is went wrong, they are going to be the first victims for that accident. And they should not unduly interface with the work and also fellow workers, and similarly should not allow the fellow workers to interfere with their work, and they will exercise due care and a good judgment in the preventing accidents. So this is what the interruption. So somebody is doing an activity, you should not go and interrupt them, and somebody else come and interrupt you. So we should have such understanding between the workers and also the systems in place to prevent the accidents. And they should give their knowledge and experience in safety to new workers for a safe working. So this is also very important, that the workers themselves, they can train their co-workers who joined newly in the organization. They should not leave that, हाँ जाओ सेफ्टी वाले आपको ट्रेनिंग देगा. No, because maybe we are not the people who came from the sky. we are also learning day to day. So, but the practical issues, the ground level issues, they are the masters in that. So every worker has to train the new workers with respect to the safe working practices, and also the practical issues which they are seen in the past. The thorough safety committee or unions, they should suggest their views and also formulating safety rules and regulations. They
Sir,
should give their, yeah.
I think a slide is not moving. In which slide you are there?
I am in slide number 5, point number.
Okay, now it has moved. Okay, okay.
Okay, maybe network issue.
Yeah, yeah. Now it moves. So moving.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
So they should participate in the safety committees as well as in the unions. Sometimes what will happen, the organization is nowhere willing to implement any safety controls. In those cases, the committees and also unions helps in the implementation of the safety the aspects or the controls in the workplace. Okay, now we'll see role of a trade union. So this is also, I mean, these all topics are important. I have seen the questions came from these topics itself. So they will ask a role of a trade union in safety, a role of a worker, or a role of a supervisor, or role of a management. Okay, yeah. So if you see in trade unions, there are multiple trade unions they used to form to discuss the various things in a collective bargaining. So here, checking and demanding for a safe place, tools, machines, and equipment, and working conditions, and environment for work. So this is not applicable for the most of the organizations, but few organizations still they are not awake. The management, they think always about the profit side of the production. They won't think about the safety of the people. For those organizations, the first point is applicable. The union has to involve to check the conditions, like work environment. What a work environment? It should be free from the dust, fumes, mist, or slippery surfaces, or high noisy, high temperatures, or very high temperatures, or very low temperatures, and high humid conditions, etc., etc. And also the tools and machines, also in a good healthy conditions. The training and insisting their members to use the maintain the guards and the safety devices, protective equipment, and also follow the safe work practices. So they have to ensure, they will check that whether the trainings have been given or not, whether they are receiving any PPEs to safeguard themselves from the severity of the accident. Then always helps in maintaining safety in running the plant and safe closure of the plant in case of emergency. And they should take lead in executing on-site emergency plans and also disaster control plan under the guidance of the management. So the union also supports in the at the time of emergency situations to tackle it properly. So they always works under the guidance of management if they are giving proper compensations and whatever their wants. Otherwise, always they starts with again fighting with the management. But during the emergency situations, they have to support with the management to mitigate, control the emergency situation. And
Sir,
checking for physical.
again
Sorry.
the screen has been struck at slide number 5.
Oh, I'm sorry. Now itself.
No, it is not changing now.
It is with the everybody, or everybody seeing the role of the trade union.
No, it is still on slide 5 only, actually.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Can you put
Yeah,
it in PPT
Now
mode?
it is 6.
Now it is in 6, right? Okay. Maybe because of keeping it in presentation mode, it is going delay. What I do is I'll just minimize these slides. I'll keep it this banner. Is it fine now? Are you able to see the changes? I mean, the slide changing happening?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, fine. So I'll not going to put in the presentation mode. I'll keep it as it is. Okay. Yeah. Then always the trade union has to help in the maintaining safety in running plants and also safe closure of the plant in case of any emergency. And also they should always help in the emergency situations with the management to control such situations. And checking for physical loads and also working hours, all shifts, welfare facilities, and also statutory requirements for health and safety of the welfare of the workers, and bringing them into the notice of management and the authorities. So this is also one role they used to do. They always check for the physical workload. Is any the workload which is getting increased, and working hours. So, but still there are various legislations are in place, but few organizations, I'm not naming it all, but there are few organizations still they are doing overtimes with the less pay, even odd shifts, maybe continuously night shifts, or there is no changing in the shift. One person is doing multiple shifts in the same day. Even there is no proper welfare facilities, so there is no washrooms, there is no proper drinking water, there is no rest place, there is no a place to have their food, and they are eating the food in their workplace itself, such kind of things. Then other statutory requirements like all even crèche facility, first aid facilities, and ambulance facility. Even these welfare facilities also fall under the statutory requirements. All these things they have to check. If they are not doing it, they will bring up to the management. If the management also not uh, taking care, then they can take up to the authorities level. This is nothing but the labor department or welfare department or inspector of factories. Then actively participating in all safety campaigns and safety programs, seminars, publicity, and also every time of motivational safety movement. So they always uh, support or participate in the safety promotional activities, urging both management and members to ensure a measure of their responsibilities to safety drive and also fulfill their obligations to each other so as to implement the efforts. So both management and the union, they have to measure up their responsibilities to take the safety culture forward. Okay, these are the key areas or the people for the prevention of accidents. Now I'm in slide number 7. Is it changing properly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks. So these are the high level concept for the prevention of an accident. So basically the organizations, what they do, they will do a fact finding. It is nothing but root cause analysis. So sometimes what will happen, always whenever a safety officer is investigating the accidents, the workers, they never come in front to give the truth. They always try to escape, or they always try to hide the real the cause or the real root cause. So always, that's why we think that the accident investigation is the main intention is to find the real root cause. It is not for the blame a culture, or it's not going to do it for the blaming of the others. We should find the real root cause to prevent the reoccurrence of similar incident. Then we analyze those findings. Then accordingly we'll choose on the analysis, we will come up with the remedies, in the sense the corrective actions and preventive actions in other sites. when I say horizontal deployment, it is going to be preventive action for the other units where the accident does not happen. Then application of remedy. So application of remedy in the sense implementation of the corrective and the preventive actions. This is the high level. So we'll have a few more concepts we'll uh, discuss in later sections. So if you see the Henrich classifies these are the main causes of an accident. So if you see an accidents are preventable or unpreventable. So in the preventable cases, we have the direct causes. Underneath that, we have again unsafe actions and unsafe conditions. The unsafe actions always rely on a personal behavior, and unsafe conditions takes part of various workplace and also machineries, equipments, materials, etc., etc. In the unsafe actions, we have errors, ignorance, or deliberately or intentionally doing such actions which could lead to accidents and unsafe conditions. Mechanical errors or physical, which is nothing but any temperatures or high temperatures, low temperatures, dusty workplace, etc., and even chemicals and the environment. These are the various unsafe conditions which will lead to accidents. And there is another concept, 5 E's. I think most of the people, know this topic. Anybody gone through this topic, 5 E's in our organization?
Sir, one thing in the previous slide under accidents unpreventable,
Mm-hmm.
how come can you give any example? Unpreventable, I mean, in the industry parlance, should it be considered as unpreventable?
If you go in a minute level, micro level, every accident can be uh, preventable. For example, when I give an example, a terrorist attack, is it preventable or unpreventable? A bomb attack, a missile attack.
Those are something which organization or the people does not have any control.
Yes, but few organizations in Saudi, I could see they'll always have the guns, each one. The terrorist attack, they have such side of controls for them. These are the practical situations we can't give. That's why I mentioned when you go in a micro level, it is about again practical implementation of those controls or all the financials will involve. That is how it happens. Every accident is preventable, but with some cost.
Yes, yes, that's what we believe, and we make people believe for
Yes.
effective
Yeah.
policies.
Sir,
Yes.
even
Yes.
accidents caused by natural calamity is also unpreventable.
Yes, that is also preventable. Nowadays, we are talking about climate change. So why we are talking about climate change? So how the climate change happens? Because of pollution. So how the pollution is happening? Because of industrial organizations or the vast amount of fossil fuels has been burned, and a lot of trees has been taken down for the industrialization or for agriculture activities.